A profession in crisis. Those words from Twin Cities nurses who began a 3-day strike on Monday. They're calling it one of the largest private sector nurses strikes in history. About 15,000 nurses in the metro and in Duluth walked off the job on Monday. Reporter Sonia Goins shows us how the 3-day strike is impacting North Memorial Health Hospital in Robbinsdale and what's behind the walkout.
There are about 300 nurses here at North Memorial Health walking the picket line. The Minnesota Nurses Association and hospital officials have been negotiating for about 6 months without reaching a deal over wage increases and staffing issues. Nurses with the Minnesota Nurses Union are striking at 16 hospitals, including at North Memorial Health Hospital. The nurses agreed to strike after negotiations over the weekend didn't produce new 3-year contracts.
Last week, we met twice with the employers. We worked until late at night, and then we were not able to reach agreement.
Hospital officials said that they are sorry to see the nurses union take this action.
We're disappointed in everything they've done. We felt they've rushed into this all along, and this strike is on the union and the union alone.
We are the union.
One of the major sticking points is pay increases. The union is asking for a total of 30% over the next 3 years. The Twin Cities Hospital Group says that the wage demands are unrealistic.
Our current offers are at 11 and 12%, and we've told them we're willing to go higher than that. We have hospitals that we represent that have lost hundreds of millions of dollars so far in 2022 alone.
The nurses union also says that they are concerned about work environment and patient safety because they say many hospital units are short-staffed.
What that means is that nurses are going to be taking care of more patients per nurse than they should be having.
We are the nurses.
The Twin Cities Hospital Group says that they plan to have adequate staff to care for patients during the strike.
The mighty, mighty nurses.
They brought in replacement nurses and are shifting schedules around.
We'll continue to make adjustments. Our care teams are working around the clock to make sure that our patients are all cared for.
We'd rather be working with patients right now. We don't want to be out here.
In Robbinsdale, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
The Minnesota Department of Health is on hand to make sure everything is running smoothly at area hospitals. The strike is scheduled to end on Thursday morning. The Robbinsdale Area School District is rolling out new COVID-19 guidelines as the school year begins. School policies now suggest parents and students to self-monitor for symptoms of illness and stay home if you are sick. Masks are now optional, and staff vaccine mandates have also been discontinued. Students are also no longer obligated to stay at home simply due to being in close contact or exposed to COVID-19.
In the ways that we were excluding students if they weren't vaccinated and had exposures, or if they were not feeling well, we actually made them stay out of school until they had a negative COVID test. Now we're only excluding students from school if they actually test positive for COVID.
The district will continue to provide COVID-19 tests to students on site in schools if needed and disinfect high-touch surfaces in all schools daily. We've put a link to the full protocol on our website, ccxmedia.org. Police say the alleged victims of a shooting at a Brooklyn Park McDonald's restaurant are not cooperating, and that's hindering the investigation. Police say a man was shot in the arm inside a vehicle parked at the McDonald's on 85th Avenue North. Several 911 calls were made after the shooting, which happened just after 9 o'clock Saturday night. According to police, the man who was shot and others with him would not help police in answering questions about the shooting. No arrests have been made, and police continue to investigate. A body found this summer in a Robbinsdale lake has been determined to be an accidental drowning. This, according to a report released this weekend by the Hennepin County Medical Examiner's Office. The body of 24-year-old Khalil Azad of Buffalo was found in Crystal Lake just after the 4th of July holiday. According to police, someone had called 911 after seeing the body in the lake. Police then located Khalil's body near the shoreline. Sunday was a big day for Vikings fans after a big win over the Packers, but it was also a special day for the Brooklyn Park Fire Chief. Here's Delane Cleveland.
Sunday, more than 66,000 people packed U.S. Bank Stadium to watch the Vikings play the Packers.
I'm the fire chief and emergency management director for the city of Brooklyn Park.
And during a first quarter timeout, the Vikings honored a hometown hero.
Please welcome to the field today's hometown hero, Fire Chief John Cunningham and Brooklyn Park first responders.
Brooklyn Park Fire Chief T. John Cunningham was in New York City at Ground Zero shortly after the 9/11 terrorist attacks. At the time, Cunningham was a volunteer firefighter in Greenwich, Connecticut, and felt the call to help.
We were just there to help whatever that need was, whether if it was actually doing rescue work or recovery work, or to just bring supplies, for firefighters that were finding themselves there from halfway across the country. And I remember hearing over the news that a plane had crashed.
During Sunday's game, the Vikings played a video where the chief described his involvement on 9/11 and the bond that he shares with the other first responders from that fateful day.
My really good friend Billy Quick that I met on September 11th, he developed cancer and ultimately passed away. Yesterday's tribute for me was to him.
The crowd gave Cunningham and the other Brooklyn Park firefighters by his side a loud and long ovation. The Vikings also gave him a personalized jersey as a keepsake.
They were able to put my name on it, and the number 21 for me is significant because this was the 21st anniversary of the 9/11 attack, so I want to make sure that we uphold that commitment to never forget, and that's the number that I chose to put on.
In Minneapolis, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
9/11 tributes were also carried out here in the northwest suburbs. Maple Grove Lutheran Church put up these signs to express their gratitude to police, firefighters, and EMS workers. Card My Yard, a business in Maple Grove, made the signs. In addition, volunteers with the church delivered care packages for first responders in the city.
Coming off a close Week 1 loss, the Park Center football team was looking for a better result in its second game of the season, and they got it. Park Center football hosting DeSalle in the Pirates' home opener. Islanders quarterback Ray James Jr. on the keeper. He gets around the end and then down the sideline. The Pirates catch up to him near the goal line, but James gets into the end zone for a touchdown. It's 7-0 DeSalle in the first quarter. 2 plays after a long Dominic Brown kickoff return, though, the Pirates answer. Josh Diggs from 4 yards out scores a TD. The conversion fails, and it's 7-6. Second quarter, and the Pirates' Elijah Sweet floats a pass to the back corner of the end zone. Joe Burgess goes up to make the grab for a touchdown. Nice pass and catch, and it's 6 points for the Pirates. 20-7, Park Center leads at halftime. Second half, Diggs takes the handoff and goes 8 yards in for a score. It's his third rushing touchdown of the game as the Pirates pull away. Then it's Sweet throwing another TD pass, hitting Dominic Brown in the back of the end zone, and the senior with his own celebration. Brown would later add another touchdown as Park Center beats DeSalle 40-23. Many high school cross-country runners will compete in some big invitational meets in the coming weekends. 2 local all-state runners ran well in an early season meet. A cool, misty day for the annual Bauman Round Invitational hosted by Hopkins. Armstrong and Hopkins were the local teams running. Boys varsity up first. Noah Breker of Armstrong runs an outstanding race. The senior finishes with a time of 14 minutes 57 seconds, just 3 seconds off the state record. Sam Scott of team champion Minneapolis Southwest is the runner-up, 21 seconds back of Breker. The next local runner is Alex Ahmed of Armstrong. He places 4th with a time of 15 minutes 54 seconds. Ahmed is 9 seconds ahead of Hopkins Jr. Landon Herring. Armstrong places 3rd as a team. Hopkins is 6th. The girls' varsity race followed in the rain. No surprise to see the winner here. Hopkins All-State sophomore Sydney Drevlow is way out in front. She wins in 17 minutes 33 seconds, a full 45 seconds ahead of runner-up Marissa Long of Chanhassen. Drevlow's teammate Daphne Grobstein comes in 4th place with a time of 19 minutes 6 seconds. Caitlin Osani is the top finisher for Armstrong. She is 8th overall in 19 minutes 33 seconds. Marshall is the girls' team champion with Hopkins 2nd and Armstrong 7th. Here's what winners Breker and Drevlow had to say after their races.
Going sub 15 has been a goal for a long time, so I'm super happy with that. I'm still eyeing for the state record. It's 14:54, so it's super close, but we'll get that later this year. But yeah, no, today it's good time.
I like this temperature. I'm so happy we did not have to race yesterday. It would have been so bad. But yeah, I'm happy about how I ran. I always like Gilwood's because we come here and we do some workouts here in the summer, so I know the course pretty well.
One of the premier regular season volleyball tournaments took place in Marshall over the weekend, with several of the state's best teams competing at the Southwest Minnesota Challenge. The two-time defending state champion Wayzata Trojans lost a match for the first time in 35 months. Wayzata lost in 2 straight to Northfield. The Raiders later beat Lakeville North for the tournament title. Wayzata came back in the 3rd place match against Champlin Park. Rebels took the first set, with the Trojans the next 2 to take 3rd place in that 32-team event. And that's all for sports. More CCX News after this.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.